This is yeah, so this is Road Scholar. It's basically an event about like maps, and yeah, we'll get into it in the next slide. Okay, so Road Scholar basically assesses your knowledge on maps, and it includes like state highway maps, topographic maps, or internet generated maps. It also tests you on like your like satellite imagery and like what you can see, and they'll give you like a picture and you have to like identify it. And it also assesses your ability of drawing maps. So they'll give you like an instructions, and they'll give you instructions and you have to draw it yourself, and you have to draw it based on the instructions. So those it's called map profiling for topographic maps and student created maps um, for um, for highway maps. Okay, so these are the topics assessed. So you can see that there's four sections: topographic map, highway map, student created map, and then the satellite photos or the internet maps. So topographic maps is like a big section of it. So like when I was doing the science olympiad, I did this event for the last 2 years. So um, my my partner would do topographic maps, and I would do um, highway maps and student created maps, and then we would both do satellite maps. So basically, you can split it during your like science olympiad time, however you want. So what you can bring is two calculators, no graphing, and then you can bring protractors, rulers, or any other measuring device. So I had like this one measuring device, and it was like not a protractor but not a ruler, and it helps in like measuring stuff. So you can bring whatever measuring device you want. You can also bring hard copies of information. So you can bring like my partner brought a binder and I brought a binder for because it was distance learning. But I think when you go in person, there's only one binder um, allowed. And then you're also allowed to bring this thing called a USGS map symbol sheet. And I'll send the link in the chat to everyone. So that basically it's really helpful during the test because an they give you like an image, and then like what it is, and there's another slide where it basically shows that. So yeah, okay. So these are the four main sections. So like I said, there's topographic maps, state highway maps, map drawing, and then satellite imagery. Okay, so topographic maps are also called quadrangles or quads for short. Um, if this map is hard to see, I will put the map like file in the chat. Let me just double click. Okay. Okay, yeah. I put the map in the chat. It's uploading. But yeah, while it's uploading, I will yeah, okay, it's sent. So you there these are the different terms for the map. And so the boundaries of a quadrangle map are called neat lines. So that's pretty self-explanatory. The boundaries are like right there. The boundaries, yeah, just pretty simple. There's also in the map there's this thing called surrounding quads, which basically help you find the 8 bordering quads. So pretend that this map is one quad. You want to find like the 8 bordering quads, like what like city or like what city is in. So those are called surrounding quads, and they're located right there. So you can see on the small thing, the middle one, the middle square is this one, and then the surrounding ones are there's like number, and there's like the city of that number surrounding it. Okay, and another term for topographic maps are series. So series are basically just a bunch of maps that have a common specification, and it's located right there. It's most topographic maps in Road Scholar. Um, they use the 7.5 minute series. So 7.5 minute latitude and 7.5 minute longitude. Yeah. So the scale is the ratio of the distance on the map to the actual distance on the ground. So it's located right there. So scale is usually 1 to 24,000. And yeah. If you guys have any questions, by the way, you can always like chat it. Yeah, that's pretty self-explanatory. And then um, there's also legends. So I'm pretty sure you guys all know what legends are, but they're located right there. So yeah, it basically has like the term and like the kind of symbol of it, and um, yeah, there's like a little like the symbol of it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you guys know what that is. So contour interval. This one's I think a new term for most of you guys, but it indicates the number of feet between each contour line. So it's right there. If you can see the file I sent and like zoom in, it says like the contour interval. So if you're finding the elevation of something, you have to look at the contour interval first. Um, like like you know how like series and scale, the test will ask what a contour interval is, but unlike series and scale, because the series will is probably 7.5 minute for Road Scholar and 1 to 24,000 for 1 to 24,000 for the scale. Contour interval varies depending on the map. So they're basically a line throughout the map that indicate the elevation of a location. So yeah, you can see if you look closely, there's just like thick lines, thick brown lines, and there's thin brown lines. So those normal size brown lines, those are contour intervals. And there's also index contour intervals, which are thicker, and they show up every fifth of a contour line. So if you like zoom in, you can see like there's a thick one, and there's like one, two, three, four, and then there's a fifth thick one. So there's, yeah, I hope that makes sense. Okay. Map location basically just says like the state and the city where it is. It's located right there, like on the top. Um, magnetic declination, I want to say. Number of degrees between the true north and the magnetic north. So a true north is basically a fixed point on the globe, and the magnetic north is the direction that a compass needle points to as it aligns with the Earth's magnetic field. So yeah, that's what magnetic declination is, and it's that there's like a line that there's like two letters that say MN. That's the magnetic declination, and there's also a GN next to it, and that's the geographic declination, and it's the number of degrees between the true north and the geographic north. Oops. Oh, also make sure you guys know these because when in like the end, you basically like a activity where you guys can like where you'll have to like tell me what each of them are. Okay, so this is a fun fact for topographic maps where okay, so this is just a fun fact that I put in. It's a stream flow direction. So the contour lines located on the stream will always point upstream. So so like you can see okay, the contour lines are the blue lines and the okay, the contour lines are the brown lines and the stream is the blue line. So you can see on the let me use my laser. Okay. So you can see these V's. These are the V's, and that's why it's called the rule of V's. So if the V points this way, then the stream flow will go that way. So it's always based on if this is the V, then your stream flow will go out based on the way the V goes. So yeah, that's just a fun fact. I'm gonna take this out. Yeah. So the V goes. So for this one goes from west to east. Yeah. Okay. Um. Okay. So state highway maps. Um. Okay. So state highway maps. Uh. Let me send links for these. Okay. So. One of the links has the map for this. I'm pretty sure it's a San Francisco map, and and the second one has the legend that's also on my screen. So state highway maps, they're basically like they use like legends and scale, and it's like the same as the topographic maps which I covered earlier. But like there's some things different. I mean, most of the questions in state highway maps are pretty self-explanatory. They're like, um, what is the three letter airport code for like San Francisco Airport, and like you just type in like SFO. But something's different is that population is usually found next to the city name. So if you guys can see on the map that I shared in the chat, that there's like a population right next to the city name. Most highways they follow grid system. This means that like they'll ask you for they'll give you like a city, and it'll be like A1, and it'll be like what grid is this city in? So it'll be like A1. And then so these are the type of routes on the legends, and you can see that so there's interstate routes, which are the ones on the top, and those are the longer intercity routes. But then there's 3-digit ones, which are the local and the shorter routes. Um, yeah, I think that's pretty okay. And then for even number routes, they run east to west, and odd numbered routes they run north and south. I don't think there's like an easy way to remember all this, but once you keep practicing, it comes like naturally. Um, yeah, okay. Okay, so these are the student created maps where they'll give you like a set of instructions, like, and they'll give you a set of instructions, and then you will have to draw it. So this is like an example drawing. Well, it's computer made, but usually you'll have like a paper made one. So you have like a square, and you'll need to get like color pencils and draw it based on the directions they give. So the USGS map symbol sheet that I shared earlier, um, the the USGS symbol sheet that I shared earlier is very important for this. So because like if they tell you like the type of route is, you need to be able to draw. You need able to know how that one looks like. So you have to use that sheet. That's like really helpful. Yeah, it's all done on a square, and it's split by a 4 by 4 grid. It uses this thing called PLSS, which is like Public Land Section System, I want to say, but it basically is very important for this. I didn't put it in here, but you guys can like, I'll type in the chat what it's called. Uh, PLSS, and then you can basically learn about that if you want. So they'll first give you like a section number, which is like where this is located, and that will be 12 in this case, and it's located in the middle of the square. The scale is usually put directly below the scale is put directly below the square. So the 1 to 15,625 is a square. And then you basically all you have to do is you look at the directions that the test gives you, and you just draw it. So here's an example of direction and how it's drawn. So it says place an orchard in the southwest 1/4, northeast 1/4, 12. Um, and then you would look for orchard, which is a bunch of like an array of circles. So you would draw that on your paper. So that's just the 6 circles that you see there. That's representing orchard. And okay, so if you want to know what like the southwest 1/4, northeast 1/4 means, it's basically the PLSS thing. It's basically saying southwest quarter of the northeast quarter. So the southwest quarter would be the southwest quarter, yeah, the southwest quarter of the northeast quarter. So the northeast is the top right, and then the southwest is the bottom left of that quarter. So that's why it's if okay, wait, I can annotate. Um, okay, so if this is your square split into this is your square but split into a 4 by 4 grid right here. So this would be your southwest. No, I take that back. Whoops. Okay, let me do this again. So this is your quarter. Okay, this is your 4x4 grid that you're basically doing. Okay, this would be your northeast. This would be your northwest, southwest, and then southeast. So when it's asking for the northeast of the southwest. So this is your northeast quarter. This is the one we're focusing on, just this quarter. And then we want the southwest of that. So the southwest would be like the bottom left. So that's why the orchard goes there. Yeah, if that makes sense. Okay, I'll just clear that. Okay. Okay. Okay, are there any questions so far? Because I haven't seen any, so I'm not sure if. Okay, okay, I'll just keep on going then. Okay, so this is satellite imagery, the fourth major section of the of Road Scholar. So this one uses so basically they'll give you like a picture, and then you have to like tell what it is. So for example, this one they give you like this picture, and then you basically have to say what it is. And usually, actually I wouldn't say usually, but sometimes they'll give you a definition and like four answer choices. So this one's a delta, and a delta is an area of low flat land shaped like a triangle where a river splits and spreads out into several branches before entering the sea. So this one's actually from a test. It's from STEM Boost Invitational, and they gave the picture and they gave the definition. So all you need to do is find the word for it. The bottom one here is a lagoon. It's a shallow body of water separated from a larger body of water by a narrow landfall. Yeah, and then the fjord is the long, narrow, deep inlet of the sea between high cliffs. Yeah, that's basically what it is. Vegetation. Usually, vegetation comes on a lot, and they'll like tell you to explain it. So like grassland would be lighter green. It's labeled here grassland. So it's like lighter green. Forests are is the narrowed land an island? Okay, which narrowed land? The one for the lagoon one? Oh yeah. Um yeah, I think that one. The one on the left, the land base on the left, I'm pretty sure is a island. The forests are the dark green because of population density, and the farmlands, they're just quadrilateral shaped, and they can range from like dark brown, light green, any color. And you also want to know how all of these are formed, and I didn't put it here, but yeah, they sometimes ask you how they are formed. Okay, time of day comes in on like every test, and the way you do it is like think of it as a clock. So the shadow aligns with the clock to give us the time of the day. So for example, if a shadow is directly north, then the time would be either noon or midnight. So for example, this question, if you imagine that there was a clock, right? Okay, I'll draw it. So if you imagine that there was a clock right here, um, this would be around like three, because this is like 12, and then 1, 2, or like something like that. Okay, so it's like it's closer to 3 p.m., or you could just say afternoon if that's what they're asking. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So now for an activity. So we'll just go down one by one, and I'll just like point to what it is, and then the word bank is right here. So you just type in chat to me what um what this is pointing to. And yeah, so you can go for the first one. So what is this pointing to? So what is like this thing? You can type in chat. Yeah, I see a lot of answers. So it's neat lines. So the ones that's pointing to, it's pointing to like the line on the side. So yeah, neat lines. The next one. So this one, it's pointing to the red circle. Which one is that? Okay, if you can't see it, I sent it earlier, the file of it. I'll send it again. 1 second. It's pointing to the red circle. So um okay. Okay, I actually sent it to someone in direct message by accident. Uh, okay, wait, okay, recent. Okay, wait, I'll send it after because it's not gonna work. Because every time someone sends me something, it goes to direct message, so it's hard for me to send to everyone. Okay, so it's going to it's going to it's going to the red circle, and those are the surrounding quads. So yeah, if you answered that, you're right. This is one quad, and then the surrounding quads basically tell you the what surrounds this quad. Okay, the next one. Let's see. Okay, this one is going to this. So it's actually the third line. What's the third line of the map? What it's saying? Okay. It's the third line of those three lines, the third line. That's what it's pointing to. Okay, so I see mixed answers. Um, I see mixed answers. So it's actually the series. It says if you see on the map I sent earlier, it says 7.5 minute series on it. And yeah, the series are just again it's just a group of maps that share common specifications. Okay. The next one goes to wait, let me follow. Okay, this one. It goes to there's like okay, if you look closely, it kind of just gives you the answer there, but yeah. And here's the word bank once again that you can Yep, everyone got it right. So it's the scale. It says 1 to 24,000, and it's mostly the same for all of Rhodes Scholar maps. Okay, the next one. Okay, it's pointing to like this entire group of area. Class ends at 5:30, pretty sure. Yeah. Okay. It points to legends. Yeah. Yeah. I think most of you guys got it right. Okay. The next one goes to there. Oh, oops. Okay. Yeah, the bank does have two neat lines, but there's actually only one on the picture. Okay, yeah, it goes to the contour interval. Yeah. Yeah, contour intervals are again, it just says okay, so the one on the bottom, it just says like the number of feet between it, and this one, I'm pretty sure says 20 feet between each brown line, but the actual like line is on the map. So like those thin brown lines, those are contour intervals. Um, okay, let's see which one's next. Okay, the last one, it points to there. Wait, where? No, I take that back. This one, it goes here. It goes here. Okay. It the arrow's kind of like it shows it's kind of really small, but it's basically like the top two lines. The third line was series. So what does the top two lines say? Yep, it's a map location. It says New Hampshire and Vermont. Um, yeah, map location. So your last one will be this one down here. Yeah, magnetic. And then what's the other one? Okay, so there's magnetic, but then I also talked about one more. So let's see who knows which one that. What is that? It's not in the word bank, so it's okay. So I think my question was kind of I phrased it weirdly, but so there's MN, which is magnetic declination, but there's also one more that I talked about in like it's and it was like here. Yeah, it's GN or geographic definition. I can go back there and show you guys. Oops, I was supposed to click these and I didn't. Okay, sorry. um, let me go back and show you guys what I'm talking about. Okay, here. I said that GN was the geographic um, declination, and yeah, it's a number of degrees between true north and the geographic north. Okay. Yeah. So this one is at magnetic. Okay, great. So now we'll just do some practice problems. Okay. They're kind of really simple, but that's fine. Okay. What is this body of water called? And it's one of the ones we've talked about, by the way. Yep, it's a lagoon. Okay. Okay, this one's uses the rule of V's. What direction is this stream flow? Okay, I have a question. So what's the difference between of geographic north and true north? So true north is like a fixed point on the globe, and here I can go back. One sec, guys. Sorry. Okay. Okay, yeah. So so basically, true north is of like a fixed point on the globe, and then magnetic north is the direction that a compass needle points because it's like aligning to like the Earth's magnetic field. And geographic is kind of the same thing as magnetic, but like not really. It's like it's like like it's like in you can see how on the map it's like a different direction. So it's like kind of it goes more. Okay, if you see there, like the okay, I can't really show you that well, but if you zoom in, then you can like really see what I mean. Okay, going back to the practice problems. Okay, okay. So this one is actually gonna be A. It's north to south because okay, so you see the V's and the stream would be going the stream would be going down downwards, yeah, because the V's go like oops oopsies. Okay, the V's go like okay, I can draw it actually. Okay, so these are the V's that you're looking for. So for like the rule of V's, these are the V's, and then so then your stream would just go downwards like that. Okay, clear all of the drawings. Okay, let's move on. Okay, this is like one of the questions they asked, but what type of root is this? So you have like yeah, root 101. Mm, Okay, by root I mean like okay. By root I mean you use a legend to find what type of root it is. I mean the sign. It, no, not like the number. I mean like the shield. Like you basically look at the shield, and then you match that with, okay, I'm basically the answer, but you basically look at the shield and you match that with whatever's on the legend. So yeah, it would be federal, and yeah, federal. Yeah. I think someone said, wait, some people did go a little bit more specific into like longer intercity or like local and shorter and north and south, which is also perfectly fine. Yeah, okay, here, federal. Yeah, okay, okay, last one. This is free response. Why do some two-digit interstate routes have even number route numbers while others have odd numbered route numbers? Okay, people who say like some goes north to south and some goes east to west, can you guys specify like which ones go east to west and which ones go north to south? Yeah, because they want to do it like that. I would say the same. Yeah, so okay, so your even numbers will go east to west, and your odd numbers will go north to south. Yep. Okay. I can do more practice problems in this 1 second. I'll just look it up. But if you guys have any questions, you can keep on like sending them in. And yeah, so someone will be. One-digit numbers, there's not. There's is there one-digit number always? Okay,
I
well the
thought,
ones that I know if they don't, like the ones that they give are like never one-digit numbers.
well, there is one digit number, I5,
Oh yeah, I5. But like,
but it still follows the even odd convention.
one second. Yeah, so 3 digits. That one's like okay. So I can show you guys one more time. 3 digits. They don't. These are for only. These are only for highway routes. So like, um, the 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 only thing that what was the question? Oh, 3 digits even or odd. I actually don't remember that. Let me.
Can I jump in?
Yeah, you can jump in.
Well, three digits number basically they have the so basically all three number interstate highways are connected to like one main two digit. And so because and so how these numbers are formed is that they have the two digit on their back and then they add some number in the front. Um, I've done a bit of research on this before. The number on the front tells you like how it's connected to the main highway, but there isn't really that clear of an even odd pattern to the three digits.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Um, I'm just pulling up some tests. Yeah, if you guys have any more questions, you can just like yeah, you can ask. You can send it to Andrew as well. Okay, sorry. 1 second. Everything's slow today. Mm.
I guess while Nirika is finding some practice problems, I think I have a bit more about like the highways to explain. So for the highways, you'll also notice that the numbers get larger if we have an odd number highway, numbers typically get larger from east to west. So like I-5 is on the west coast and I-95 is on the east coast. But and then for like even numbers, there's also a similar type of pattern, like the lower numbers, like I-10 would be towards the south of the US, but like I-80, I-90, they're more towards the north. So yeah, more highway patterns.
There's also another section that I didn't talk about. It's like map profiling. So I talked about like highway maps and like how you basically like draw them. But there's also this thing called topographic map profiling, and it's basically kind of the same thing, but with it's basically the same thing, but with topographic maps, and you have to like draw like the contour intervals um and like that stuff. Okay, I finally got it. Let me just really share. Let's call it. Okay. So this is kind of an example of um, a of a test, but this one it's let me share my screen. Okay, okay, it's just loading. 1 second. Just give it a second. Um, it's not cooperating with me. There's actually no Kahoot for this, but for my next one next Monday there will be. Okay, okay, finally. Okay, so this one they kind of like format their tests like in a story kind of way. So if it's here, it's basically about this man named Ron, and they'll ask you questions about it. So this is like so if they want to they'll give you like the maps. These are the maps. I'm not gonna open them, but then basically what you have to do is you're gonna like they'll go like Ron first wants to go to the nearest ocean. What interstate should Ron take? And then you would just basically say Interstate Highway 4. And then like here, is this interstate a north-south interstate or east-west interstate? Like, these are some like sample questions, and like a lot of the questions are like how many. So all you have to do is like count it based on the map. And then there's also like um, yeah, here's like example ones. And if you're like looking for more ones, all you have to just search up on the internet is like World Scholar sample test. And yeah, it's like what type of landform passes. And okay, let me show you guys the satellite imagery ones. Satellite imagery ones are mostly always on the end of them. Like here, this is example one. They'll give you like a satellite imagery, and they'll be like, what country is this satellite image taken in? And then it says here like sus commune in France. So yeah, so then the country would be France, and then yeah, approximate the area, estimate the time of day. Like I said, this is 9 a.m. because it's pointing to the 9 of the clock direction. Okay, yeah, this is 5:30 and class is over. So thank you guys.
Thanks for
Thank
sticking.
you. Bye.
Bye.